Imagine all the Israelites are water in a bucket. Do you think?
Just as Deuteronomy 28:68 put the Israelites into slavery for disobeying the commands of the Most High, Revelations 13:10, the wording of it, this is going to make a lot of people mad, but it starts off, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. It doesn't say he that leadeth shall be led, it says shall go, and that's voluntary. And I had a dream, and forgive me because I wrote this down so I'd keep my thoughts straight. So I'm going to be reading from my screen. The first thing I saw was a crown, but not like we think of a crown. I think what I pictured was symbolic, and I think it symbolized the Israelites rising up, and I'm very sure of that the more time goes on. This is a recurring dream. I saw chains on my hands, and there was a hand putting them into the hand of an Israelite. I didn't see a face, but I saw fringes, and I got a very clear feeling that if Edomites and others from heathen nations don't start serving Israelites in order to prove ourselves worthy to serve in the kingdom, it will be very bad for us on Judgment Day. I myself have been serving an Israelite for over a year. And it's biblical judgment. And yeah, I think a lot of white people are going to be angry at that. A lot are going to fight against it. But we are going to get double for what our ancestors did. Yep. Shalom, Israel.
Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh being the true name for the Father, Yahushai being named for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. And give double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone that touches truth and will well. Salutations to you, hopefully, person's truth and honesty, sincerity. Spread the Yahweh, catch another the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And listen, going into truth, end times, updates, and events. You just seen the testimony of that woman and her vision of the future. All right, and she was absolutely correct. That is biblical. A lot of things that so-called white people done, they have to pay for it. Okay, and the nationality, the heritage for the vast majority of so-called white people belong to the nation of Esau, Edom. And Esau, Edom is beginning to realize their future. The Lord says he put spirit on all flesh to prophesy and see visions, and that includes heathens too. They'll get visions of the future and their judgments to come. Okay, but however, whether you choose to serve right now, before the full blunt captivity comes, is not going to give you any type of grace. All right, because you are going to get double regardless. You can serve now if you want, cool, so be it, good on you. But if you are of Esau, Edom, the Edomites, or any of the heathen nations, you're going to get the full force of your captivity. You know, we had to have ours, and it's going to be double unto you because you guys went overboard, man. Okay, at the time of our iniquity had an end, you continued it, man, and you did worse. You know, so this is a prophecy. Yes, those that are responsible for the transatlantic slave trade, and also the genocide and the rape, rob, and pillaging that was done by the Spaniards, so-called white people, man, they got to pay for all that, man. They didn't get away with it. A lot of people thought they got away with it and said, oh, well, nothing ever happened. They just prospered. They got this great country built behind the slavery. No, 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 no. The Lord has their number, man. Okay? This is the book of Obadiah 1:15. It says, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Okay, so that day is close. on all heathen nations. If you're not an Israelite, you got to pay, because you all had your time to rule, and you all had a part at some point in history in our captivity. It says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So think of all the horrific acts that was done. Okay? Besides the things that go against the scriptures, the slavery part, hey, it's going to be done unto you guys. The harsh punishments, the whipping, all that stuff, man, y'all going to get it. You guys going to get it. That's your future, man. Because you are of your father, the devil, which the scriptures say. And the scriptures also talk about how we come back every third or fourth generation. So a lot of you today, you are those same slave owners that partake in all those horrific acts, man, and had us tortured and had a part to play in it. Even a woman speaking, she could have had many slaves killed and lied about being raped by one of them and had that slave tortured. They lusted after the Israelite men in that time. A lot of men lost their lives behind Edomite women, and did all types of stuff to us too, man. So, hey, when judgment day comes, you guys are going to feel it, and the Lord is putting that spirit upon all flesh to see it. It's on the way. Okay, so this is Isaiah 14:21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. All right, so it says prepare slaughter. So prepare slaughter for his children, okay? So yes, you got to pay with what your fathers did, just like the Israelites had to pay for our fathers did. What they did is they broke the law, statutes, commandments. What the heathens did is you took our people into hardcore bondage and serious oppression, man. And we suffered big time behind it. So you can plead all you want, but you're not gonna escape your judgment. Period. All Edomites, you're going into captivity. Okay? There's no way around that. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. That's the first thing some Edomites do if they come across the camp. Well, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. No, you don't know that. You could be that very person reincarnated that comes up to the camp that actually did it to us. And you're going to pay for it. Especially if you come up to the camp, that's a spiritual interaction. If you're Edomite and you come up to the prophets, the Lord's temple, and you scoff, you beg and plead, the Lord led you there for a reason. You must have did something fucked up against the children of Israel for you to be read your judgment to your face from the prophets. Okay, so hey, we all have to pay for what we've done, man. Israel had to pay for breaking the commandments. Esau, you got to pay for breaking the Lord's children. Okay. Going further, we have more on that, man. This is Obadiah 1:10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Thou shalt be cut off forever. There are so many things that's still coming out that they did to us in slavery, man. Taking our babies, using them as alligator bait. I'm just now learning about that they actually ate the slaves as cannibals on ships on the way here. And then wrote fucking cookbooks and recipes behind it, man. So for that violence, shame is covering the devil, Esau, Edom, man. And they will be cut off forever. All right? This is the book of Isaiah 14:2. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So, hey, if this isn't talking about modern day slavery, I don't know what is, man. I mean, I'll read that one more time. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Who were the people that were captives upon this earth right now? The Israelites. And it's even more spiritual because we were captives in different countries too. We were scattered all over the world. We were captives in China. You got a lot of so-called quote-unquote Chinese hardcore slaves that were slaves, man. Those were Israelites, Israelite foreigners. Okay? You have different various parts of the world in history. You'll hear about severe slavery. Those people that were in slavery, 9 out of 10, those are Israelites. Okay? But it says, and they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So, hey, who's the oppressors right now? Esau. You rule the earth. You're going to be captives. Okay? You're going to be captives. Verse Acts 2:17. And it says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. So that's why she had that vision. You know, and the woman, hey, it's still a possibility. She could be an Israelite. Israelites can look like anybody nowadays because you have interracial rare marriages and because Israel was scattered. You know, not a lot of Edomites really humble themselves that much to be openly and willingly going into captivity. But we'll know in the days to come, man. The Spirit will reveal it. But guess what? That shame covering Esau, yeah, she could be Edomite. She's got shame covering her. I got to make this video because I feel bad about all the things that we've done to the nation of Israel. Yes, some Edomites actually do have a conscience, and they're worried about it. That's a lot of their biggest fears, is that they will have to pay for the slavery of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're living, you people are living in a land right now that is stolen. That's full of blood in the earth. You know, we had these wicked ass demonic Edomites drive by the camp last weekend talking about go back to Africa and shit. Why don't you go back to Petra? Go back to Mount Seir. Go back to the caves. You're not at the place that you belong. This isn't yours. This is something that still belongs to Israel. Belongs to Yahweh, man. Regardless, hey, you guys are thieves and vagabonds upon the earth, man. You have no home. So who are you to tell us where to go when you brung us slaves over here? Damn devils, man. You know? So, hey, man. Was this lesson's edifying? That was a pretty powerful testimony that the Edomite had that dream. I'm going to go ahead and close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone, Natasha's truth and will well, and salutations to Jehovah, light, person's truth, and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.